Hello, thank you so much for joining us. This is a new video from evyCoding. Welcome to evyCoding, your coding companion. Thank you so much for keep watching us each week. So in this video, we are going to keep working on a new example by using the library called Math in Python. But I'm going to start with a simple example, like a simple exercise from a book that I found the other day. So we are going to explain everything about this particular exercise and the structure of this exercise as well. Okay, so no worries. I'm going to um, provide the statement about this exercise. Okay, so basically, let's say that we want to write a Python program that can take a positive integer greater than 2 as input and write out the number of times one must repeatedly divide this number by 2 before getting a value less than 2. So we are going to solve this exercise and then um, explain everything about the structure. Okay, so um, how we how can we start with this particular exercise? Is there anything that we can have in mind to solve this? Okay, we are going to apply some techniques that we have in Python just to solve it. Okay, so let's say that we are going to import the library math. Okay, perfect. But um, let's work with a simple function, and then we are going to create a different function by using the library math just to compare the results to see if the results are the same. Okay, so let's say that we have this find log 2. Okay, this is a logarithm. So basically, the library math contains a lot of functions, functional things, just to work with logarithms and exponential functions and mathematical functions. So basically, this library is really useful for programmers who want to work with functional things and create different functions just to solve different kind of exercise. Okay, so let's say that within this function, this is an input. Let's call number. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And no, that is not the way. Okay. So let's say that find. Okay. Num divide 2 or divide only divide number. This is the input that we have to pass inside the function just to get the result. Okay, so basically we have the variable divides. Divide is equal to 0. Okay. Okay, perfect. So, for example, in this exercise, we are going to see how many times the value has to be divided just to get the times. Okay. So basically, if we have, for example, one, I mean not one, just three. Okay, just three. As we um, mentioned before, this program is that we can take positive integer greater than 2 as input and write out the number of the times one must repeatedly divide this number by 2 before getting a value less than 2. Okay, so for example, if we have the value 3 and then divide this particular value 3 by 2, obviously that there is one reminder, which is it is 1.5, and then obviously that 1.5 um, it is not equal it is not major than 2. So basically it stops itself and then continue with the next value that we are going to provide. Okay, so for example, let's say while this is a loop while. Okay, so number. Okay, this is number equal major equal than 2. Okay, we are going to think about how to resolve it right now. Okay, just give me 1 second. So, okay. Hmm. Yeah, because we are seeing that number is greater equal than 2. Okay, so basically, um, we have divides. Okay, divides increases. It is increased by 2. Okay, increase by 1. Yeah, by 1, because divides divides account for the times, account, account for the times this number will be divided. Okay, so it's going to be accumulated, each time the number is divided by 2. Okay, so we have divides. Okay, greater divides. Okay, and the number. Okay, so we are going to explain about this particular function. Well, actually, it's not a function. It's a kind of it's a kind of well, it is a way just to divide a number. Okay, so basically, this is division assignment. So what does this mean? I mean, divide the variable by a value and assign the result to that variable. Okay, it is equal like this. Okay, it is number is a number. It's divided by 2. It is the same, but okay, but this is the reduced weight just to um, divide the number by 2. Okay, so basically we have this. Okay, perfect, and then we are going to continue with that. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, perfect. So we return the value divides. I mean, the times. So basically, how how can we get the result of this? So basically, we are going to use uh, loop for. Okay, just to pass the the value, the input. Okay, which this function is asking us for. In so basically we have 4x in range of 3 up to 100. Okay, and then we call the function find divide the number, and then we have x. Okay, so okay, and we are going to prove if this particular function works. Okay, so let's print this. Okay, perfect. So let's see this. So if you can see right now, what we got from this function is the times. Okay, the times the number is divided by 2. So for example, when 3 is divided when 3 is divided okay, 3 is divided into 2. Okay, the result is 1.5. Okay, so there are more there are no times um, anymore just to divide the 3 or 1.5, because 1.5 cannot be divided by 2. Okay, because 1.5 is not greater um, than 2. So that is the reason why the program it the program stops and then continue with the next value, for example 4 in this case, and then 4. Okay, and well, by the way, this device is right now 1. Okay, this is the first number, 1, and then we continue with the next value, 4, and this is 2. Okay, perfect. So there is one, there is ones. Okay, there is ones, and then continue with the 2. Okay, there is the reminder 2. It is the reminder 2. Okay, 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 perfect. And then number is equal to. Okay, it's a number is 2. So basically, numbered is greater equal than 2, which is true. And then divides. Okay, divides gets a new value. Right now, it is not 1, but 2. So basically, it is 2. And then when we have 2, and then it is not 4, but 2. And then 2 divided by 2, it is 1. And then 1, it is not greater than 2. So basically, the program again stops itself and then continue with the next value. It is 5. And then some. Okay, so it is really simple. This function is really simple, just to know how to write a Python program that can take a positive integer greater than 2 as an input and write out the number of times. Okay, so and why did I mention, or why did I want to use the import the library math? Because we are going to create a similar function. Okay, a similar function in which we can work, in which we can get the same results. So let's say that we have a new function called find. Okay, find log2 number. Perfect. Right now, so we use. Let me check what I'm going to use, because I need to use a kind of conditional just to make sure that the number is not greater is well greater equal than 2. Okay, okay, so well, actually perhaps we can use the assert statement. Okay, because it's a kind of built-in construct that allows you to test assumption about your code. I mean, it acts as a sanity check to ensure that certain conditions are met during the execution of a program. So you can use this statement assert. Okay, it's really simple, and then we will see how it works. Okay, so basically, assert number. Okay, it's a greater than 2, because you have to be like that. So the comma, the number should be greater than 2. Okay, this is a kind of conditional that we have, just to make sure that this particular number is greater than 2. Okay, so then we use return just to get the value, and then we use int, which is a way to convert the value in an integer number. Okay, and then inside this int function, this built-in function, we use math, the library math. It's math log, it's a logarithm. Okay, number and 2. Okay, so this is a logarithm in base 2. Okay, so and then what can we do just to solve this? Well, let's think something really special. Okay, because we can use, for example, this statement, but it couldn't be the same. It have to be different. So how how can we fix this? Hmm? How can we fix this? Okay. So let's say that we can divide this particular function by one. It could be one. Hmm. It could be. Okay. Let's see if this is a similar way in which we will get the result. Okay. So okay, just give me one moment. Okay, let's say that we can call the same structure by using this loop for, and then call the function find log2. Okay, this is base 2. Okay, let's say okay, perfect. Log2, perfect. And we are going to print this, and then we will check it is the results are the same. These results are the same. Okay, so okay, perfect. I think that we got the same. Yeah, we got the same. Just give me one moment. I'm going to declare this. No, no, no. Give me one moment. Okay. Okay, perfect. Right now we are going to test this. Okay, let's print this. And of course, we got the same result, the same structure. So we can use different ways to solve this particular um, um, exercise. This kind of structure is really simple, and we notice that we can use a different libraries. I mean, um, there are there are not two ways to there is not two ways to solve this particular exercise. There are many ways to get this exercise solved. So in the next video we are going to keep um, practicing this kind of exercise with the different libraries. Okay, so it was all for tonight. It was really nice to know that many people are join us, and that is really really thankful and helpful, because we can keep working on a different techniques and a different libraries and a different ways, just to teach people how to program in Python. Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully you have a great night.